What's going on, guys? What is going on? Forgive me, I gotta mute that out there. Hey, so I seen, I didn't even think about it. I didn't know who all. I don't get to watch a lot of live streams myself. But somebody said I got a lot of competition. Rudd, who, funny enough, I was talking to today. Fluke, who's a good friend of mine. Bailey and 3 others doing a joint stream also. So, listen, first off, I want to apologize to you guys. Sorry I come in just a little bit late because, right off the bat, I've not been doing a lot of live streams because on Wednesday nights, I actually co-host and Brian's going to jump in for a few minutes. He works real early. We just got done recording a podcast, and it's called the Basscast Radio. So I already do that once a week. My evenings, that's kind of, I'm a family guy, man. I love my wife. Been married. We'll be married next year for 30 years. Got 2 granddaughters, 2 grandsons, a son and a daughter of my own, of course. And, evenings are, I don't like to cut into the evening times because I do work a swing shift, so there's a lot of times that I'm already gone during the evenings. And, I was doing the live stream kind of consistently, but kind of inconsistently because of the way my job works. And, so I just kind of stepped away from that part of YouTube, but I want to make sure I'm at least staying in contact with you guys one-on-one. And so this is probably, every once in a while, of course, Tackle Junkie and Devo's going to come on. We'll do that sort of thing. I've got, Kyle Welcher said he's going to jump on. Might even get Matt Robbins. Might get Wild Matt out here. Might get him on. Talked to him down there at ICAST. Second time I've ever met him. And so I think me and him could put on a crazy. It would probably be a show you'd not want the kids to watch. Because it's probably going to be a lot. And I don't know how much of you're going to understand, because I'd say the crazy redneck's probably going to come out in both of us. So, but what's going on, guys? Let's see who else in here. Bassing with Big Malone. What's going on? Brian Lee. What's up, man? Will Junkin. What is going on? Let's see. Douglas. What is going on, Douglas? Trevor, what's up, brother? Good to see you. Local Life Outdoors right there. Paul, what's going on, man? Oh, Paul, I missed you. What happened there? Things jumped around. Yeah, Berkeley, man, they're doing well. They're coming out with a lot of cool stuff. What's going on, Rich? Bobby, my boy, Bobby Arden. What is going on? Brandon, what's up, man? What's up? Josh, hey, y'all, to you too, sir. TB from Lake Cumberland, good to see you, brother. Fish Life, like I said, Brandon. What you need help? Got a lake I need you to help me with. That's something that I've really thought about doing, is doing some live lake breakdowns with you guys. Like I said, it's going to be random, but what I'll do is I'll just pick one of you guys at random. That'd be fun. I love doing that. I love breaking lakes down, kind of showing you what's going on. What's going on, Robbie? Chris, what's up? I'm doing good. I hope you're doing good. Gary, man, I hope you're doing good. Blind Eye Fishing, Brown Bait Company. Great meeting you in person down there also. What's up, Blind Eye? Let's see here. Brandon. And, mainly tonight, guys, it's just really about just hanging out with you guys. I mean, I'm just here. I'm yours. Ask whatever questions you want. I'll, as far as, ICAST goes, I mean, if you want me to kind of delve into that, I do have a video coming out for that. I think in the next few days, that'll kind of really go into it. But for me, there's a lot of cool stuff, but it was a lot of sort of, reinventing the wheel, a lot of good baits down there. I really focused on, and I think that's going to be something I really focused on, small companies. And that's what I kind of put in my video too, because, I think those are generally the innovators in our industry. What's up, Tennessee Muskie addiction? Lord God, addition. Need to add some brain cells to is what I need to do. What's up, man? Yeah, maybe it will mix up a little bit in Tennessee. I'm going to get up and go tomorrow. Go up to a little lake. I got to film some videos, kind of get back ahead where I was so far. Oh man, Lake Lanier, yeah. Called Lake Lanier, I could use a little help with. That is a lake that I plan on coming down and fishing. I've heard it's really good in cold weather. Some big old spots. I've had a bunch of people ask me to come down and fish it. But now I don't know if we're talking about the same one. There might be more than one Lake Laniers. 4 streams, watching 4 streams. Hey, maybe that'll be something. Maybe we'll jump in. We'll do a screen share and pick up some, and we'll make fun of them. I'm kidding. I ain't gonna do that. That'd be a good idea. It'd be fun to do. Hey, what's up? Hey guys, listen. This is my buddy Brian from the Basscast.com, the Basscast Radio. I co-host with Brian. Brian is the host. So if you guys like to hear a lot about the tournament side, talk to a lot about pros, we dig in and ask pros some really good questions, and guys that have won from the Opens to the MPFL, blah, 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 MPFL. To tonight's show, we just recorded before we jumped over. He was actually rendering, which is why he was running a little bit late.
Yeah.
But, he, we had a stud local guy on from around our region, I guess you could say. And, we talked to a little bit of everybody, but a ton of pros, man. I really get to talk to pros on the Basscast. So tell them where you can find them, man, where they can find and listen to us at.
Guys, Basscast Radio can be found on all your podcasting networks, whether you listen to Google Podcast, Apple Podcast, or, iHeartRadio. We're on there as well. Put this headphone back on. I think we do a really great job on the show, Geek. I mean, I listen to a lot of podcasts, guys. I don't listen to as many fishing podcasts because I do spend a lot of time in the fishing world. But I kind of take some of the other podcasts that I do listen to and kind of roll it into the bass fishing side of it. And we ask tough questions. I mean, we make you think for a little bit. I mean, we try to make it interesting where you learn something each and every time you listen to an episode of Basscast Radio or you watch it on our YouTube channel, guys, Basscast Radio. But we try to, ask tough questions to our guests, like I said, to make them think and, hoping that it would encourage you or actually add more to your fishing ability and get an extra nugget or something out of our show. So, Basscast Radio right there. And we do a weekly show. We record every Wednesday night, unless it's a holiday. I tell people we do take the holidays off. And we record every Wednesday. We upload on Thursday afternoon. So every Thursday afternoon, if you hit the notification button on YouTube or the follow button and download the podcast from, like I said, Google Podcast or Apple Podcast, it's all right there. So it's, we talk to anglers from all over the globe. And
literally.
Yeah, literally. And we don't mind bringing up, like Ken Ma was on last week. Geek was at ICAST, but Ken was on, and we talked about the Wild Wild West series. I mean, what happened out there? People not getting paid.
We talk about it, and then when we have some of the pros on, you guys know I love to learn, and so I don't let them skirt, man. I don't let them skirt around. Like, I'm digging in. I'm like, what are you throwing with that bait? How are you throwing that bait? What was the leader land? It's something that I really enjoyed digging into because I want to learn. It's helping me become a better angler,
right?
And hopefully, it'll help you guys become better anglers too.
So, Gabe, man, we appreciate you allowing me on tonight's show.
Brother, I know you've got to be in bed. You got to be up early.
Yeah,
and
we hang for a little bit here. We got some guests on.
Yeah, we've got we got a few people in the chat right now,
watching, listening.
38, and in here right now. We just impromptu thing. We just jumped in, and I was told just a few minutes ago that we got a whole bunch of other live streams going on, from Alex Rudd to Fluke Master to everything. So
yeah, Fluke. I did see that. Fluke.
Apparently, I picked a bad night.
Fluke does have a big one going on tonight.
Yeah,
a bunch of guests. For you guys who kept up with Geek, he just got back from ICAST, and we talked about that. And ICAST is creating those networks, and the only way to create that network and keep the network going is you got to involvement, and that's what's happening right now from after ICAST is hey, can you be on my show? Hey, can you be a part of the show? And,
exactly.
And that's what's happening. And everybody's keeping it fresh and keeping it real and talking about what all they saw and what they didn't see and what we hope to maybe see in 2024.
Oh, yeah. Well, brother, I'm going to let you get off here. I know you got stuff to do. I appreciate you stopping by. Like I said, man, everybody go check out the Basscast podcast. It's a pretty big deal.
Hey, Basscast Radio guys, head on over now. If you're on Facebook, we actually have a group. If you follow the Basscast on there, you can join our group. I think we got about 1,100 members in our group. For you guys who are on Twitter, it's Basscast Radio there as well. You can follow us there. So that's our two main points.
Yep.
And we always try to put up who's going to be our guest. So head on over now and just hit the follow button. And we appreciate you guys listening. And thank you for being a part of the show.
All right, brother.
All right, man.
You be good, my friend.
Always, always.
All right.
Have a great night, guys.
Don't work too hard tomorrow.
Thank you.
All right, guys. So it's just you and me. I just wanted to give them a shout out. We just got done. That's why I was running a little late. We got done, recording that. So now it's straight your questions. Ask me anything. Brock, how's the boat, man? I love it. Just got done with the 100-hour maintenance or whatever it was. So, the oil change, all that stuff. But man, that is the most incredible machine. The most incredible machine. It runs good. It's got a top end of, I want to say somewhere in the neighborhood of fully loaded, 2 guys in it, fully tournament loaded. I can push 74, 75 easy. How was ICAST? It was good. I got to meet a lot of cool people. I got to take one of my buddies. You guys seen my buddy from South Carolina, Joey, who went down with me. I brought him up here from South Carolina. He fished my South Holston Lake with me. I went down and fished Clark's Hill and Hartwell with him. So that was pretty cool. A lot of cool stuff, man. A lot of, you guys know how it is, man. It's kind of a lot of, reinventing the wheel. I mean, but the good news and the bad news about that is that, it gives you different looks, right? Techniques with different looks, different jerk baits, a lot of stuff geared toward the forward facing sonar, whether you guys like it or you don't. Do I ever fish around, or am I ever, not really. Richmond is quite a haul. But, I mean, I'm open. One of the things I hope to do as we get into, uh, you know, some of let's say if I get to walk away, right? And something I was talking with Alex Rudd about earlier today, and we're going to hopefully have a phone call, and he's going to help me out a little bit, is, we're going to travel a little bit more. We finally might get to do that stuff. Blind Eye, I didn't see anything that impressed me this year. Like I said, there was some good stuff, new rods, new reels. I don't really judge stuff just off looking at them. I need to go out there, put them on a hook, put them in my hand, put some line on them. I will say this: if I'm going to suggest anything, kind of the highlights for you guys with boats, look at Fish Lung. They've got a new live well setup that was really impressive. With more of us geeks out there, more of us geeks fishing, I think it's really, we've got to take fish care really seriously. So that's important. That's important. And they've got a really great deal. Yamamoto come out with a fat Cinco. Check out, J Bros. I don't know which way I'm pointing here. Wherever they are, right there. Look, I don't even know which way's up, down. We're right here. They come out with some really cool stuff. So check them out. Some musky stuff, man. Holy cow, what a tube they come out with. I mean, it's like that. It's giant. So that's real cool. A lot of, like I said, a lot of stuff that I look for was a lot of stuff geared toward that forward facing sonar. YouTube channel's growing channel. Yeah, my channel's doing all right. It's doing well. Let's see, looking through here. Yeah, man. When it comes to A-rig, I like it in cold weather. I agree with that statement 100%, Will. That is 100%. I can't listen to the podcast. I fall asleep. That's why you listen to them when you're driving. That's, don't fall asleep while you're driving. Let's see. Of course, you got to remember now, I co-host that podcast. There's some color to the commentary, if you know what I mean. I again, you're talking about me. I can get a little, like I said, my hillbilly will show at times. Talking BFS and kayaks. I've got some BFS stuff, and right now it's just not the time for me to throw it because, I fish these highlands lakes that are clear. And, unless we're talking about, Ned rigs, the little crankbaits and jerk baits, and maybe the poppers now, that might be something. I need to grab them for tomorrow. So, man, who's fishing? Who's fishing now? I know not all of us are off on weekends. I got to work night shifts this weekends. I understand that. Yeah, traveling fisherman. Yeah, I met him. We hung out a lot down there, and I understand. Trust me, the travel is expensive. By the way, the traveling fisherman over on TikTok primarily, he's a pretty cool dude. Does a lot of bank fishing. What's going on, Julie? Good to see you in here. Howdy. Have I ever tried fishing the opens? I have not. That is a goal for me. I do want to do that. I want to get out in the BFLs, and I tried to fish a different division this year, and I learned a lot. But every tournament was like 4 hours from my house, right? So there was a lot of new BFS stuff, which I kind of didn't focus on that, Vaughn. I'll be honest with you. Live scope settings. I'm doing a video on that. I will do that. I'm going to do the whole. Hopefully, I'm either going to film it tomorrow or Friday. I'm doing the whole sort of. We're going to start with 2D sonar. By the time you're done watching this series of videos, anybody will be an expert on sonars and graphs. Now, for you all that don't know, I'm actually an enterprise level computer geek. So that's what I do, for my day job. Yeah, new rods and reels. Hey guys, make sure you're paying attention to my shorts because I got a ton of different stuff. TFO, there's a TFO short out there. By the way, a video come out today with a bunch of cool baits that, from companies that were not at ICAST. So if you haven't seen that video, make sure you go check it out. Speaking of my buddy, Joey, he's in here. Oh man, he's sick. He got a little bit of a cold down there. I hate that he's feeling bad. And I walked him to death. His foot's sore. All right. We got a question from Will. Other than a swim jig. Well, number one, a swim jig's a great jig. Number two, this time of year, I'm probably leaning on two different types of jig. One is a swim jig. We'll throw that one in there, but you've already catching fish on that. The other two are going to be a football head jig, which I want to be big. As we're into July and into August, I want a big trailer, but I want a big do-nothing trailer. All right? The other is going to be an Arky style head jig. Some people call it a flipping jig. Some people call it a skipping jig. But that says a lot right there. That is a jig that I will do a lot of skipping in and around docks with. The football head jig, I'm going to get out a little bit deeper, and I'm going to drag. That's, I'm going to drag, stop, pause. And that's what I'm going to do with that jig. The other jig, I'm going to throw around a lot of cover. Docks, marinas. A swim jig, I really like to swim around floating docks and marinas right now. So that's a good one. By the way, BFS Aldebaran, 2 BFS rods and the Mojo. Yeah, check those out. But by the way, for another company, when we talk about the BFS stuff, that wasn't there was Demiki. And if you guys haven't seen that BFS unboxing that I did of a bunch of their new hard baits, and I'm telling you, the popper, man. The popper is the one I'm most excited about. Go back and check that out. Hartwell is a beautiful lake. I really enjoyed fishing that lake, and I can't wait to get down there. Yeah, Joey's got a little bit of a head cold. So he was just on here. Oh, so something else that I found down there, and this is by Arc. Arc has got a $80 aluminum frame bait caster. So I think it's like $79.99. Holy cow, man. That is a aluminum body at that price. They're hard to find. Bass Geek Traveling Circus. Also somebody that I've got to know a little bit better over the past year now. Mr. Luke Duncan. Big fan. New truck, new boat, time to travel. I know, but the bad part about it is it's new payments. That's the hard part about that. Let's see what we got. So what are you guys fishing? Oh man, yeah. Now, I didn't know how you guys were going to feel about this, but new stuff for forward fishing sonar. Oh my God, yeah. Oh, I'm sure I'd say he did. Listen, Yamamoto, Queen Tackle, Rapala, Berkeley. Man, so much. And guys, whether you like it or whether you hate it, it's here to stay. It's not going away. They're not going to outlaw it. Garmin and Humminbird and Lowrance pay way too much money to the pros. They're not going to get rid of it. And I'll be honest with you. Look, guys, everybody, this is what I love about fishing. I don't hate on anybody for fishing the way they want to fish. That's a great thing about fishing. You want to grab up some minnows, man, go down with a 6-pack of Pabst Blue Ribbon and sit on the bank and slay all day. That's cool with me, man. But I like to catch. I mean, fishing's fun, but I'm standing in the front yard and cast. If you can afford it, if you can do it, buy everything that you can to catch more fish. I mean, I love it. I love catching. That's just how I am. I work hard to get the stuff that I want to go catch fish. And that's just, I mean, I don't hate on anybody for doing it. The guys from Fish Northern talked about the new fish care stuff. Yeah, that was good. And they even had some spray. I've got that'll be in the video, not the spray. I missed that. But it's like some sort of oxygenation spray. But anyway, yeah, the live well from Fish Lung was really cool. And some new night vision cameras. Now, they're on the expensive side. But let me tell you, you guys that want me to do night fishing videos, I mean, have you ever seen one that really translates? I mean, most of them suck. All you get to see is the back of a dude casting, some bugs flying around, and that's about it. So then you get nothing. But this, man, you can see way out, and it's in color. They're expensive, but they've got some other options. So I'm kind of looking into it. Maybe we can talk them into hooking a brother up or something. A discount. At least, if nothing else, we can make some night fishing videos where you guys will actually be like, "Oh, look, I seen a fish jump out there." All right. How good are the Berkeley Fritz size? I've been waiting on trying them. Oh, don't wait. They're great. A flat side. Joey will be the first to tell you. We were talking about my friend from South Carolina. He loves the shallow divers. He burnt me up. I got a video. Literally, go back and watch it. Fall fishing for spots. Great bait. They make them down to the deeper ones. I love them in the clear water in the spring and the fall. Around here, keep that drop shot close by. You know it. What's your favorite non-bass species to fish for? So I would have to go, like, my favorite to fish for would probably be muskie. Now, I like striper, big stripe. They're fun. Which, Bobby, if you still on here, I know you owe me. Just saying. So, striper, they're fun to catch. But if I had to pick anything that I was going to catch, this is where I'd go from catch and release to meat eater. And that's walleye. Because, boys and girls, there is nothing better than some fresh walleye. I love me some crappie. I love me some bluegill. And I know I'm going to get hate for this, but spotted bass is a mean eat too. But anyway, I'm up here in Tennessee. They're not a fan of spots, okay? But it's a walleye, man. First off, they're a great fight. Second off, they really tasty. What's going on, Jesse? Hey, man, better late than never. Oh, gosh. In September, It's getting really close to frog time down there. I mean, it should be right there. The grass should be up. September is tough, man. September is tough. I would be, gosh, a big stick bait and a spook, a walking bait, a big fluke out around, kind of those isolated patches of grass are real good. Don't be afraid to start up in your creeks. Let's see. Nope. I tried that when I was a truck driver, almost fell asleep. Okay. Yeah, definitely don't. Don't do it. Now, I got no problem with kayak fishing, Will. I got none. That's true. And you know what? I heard somebody, I was talking to a guy, speaking of which, we do a lot of kayak angler stuff. Basscast Brian that was on earlier, he actually runs a kayak trail in mid-northern Virginia too, along with a boat trail. And I heard, I talked to a guy, I think he won the Bassmaster. He's like a stud. I mean, he is stud, won 3 big tournaments last year. And, they've changed a lot of the rules in the kayak fishing world now to where like you can't cross logs or you have to put in from public access. And, I've heard that, the kayak fishing, the tournament world in kayak fishing is kind of down. Maybe you guys know this because they've kind of changed those rules out. So they're limiting you, which as me and him spoke at ICAST, what's the difference between that and a bass boat now? I mean, you can't go to any of those really cool places to fish in a tournament. Hey, good stuff. 10 pounds, 4 fish. Way to go, Cody. On Dale Hollow Saturday. Cody, give me an idea. Can you already get out there and snipe them? Are they already out there chasing shad? I'd say they probably are. I know I've been doing a lot of that. I'm planning on doing a little bit of that first thing in the morning tomorrow. I went to Toledo Bend 2 nights ago, caught a few spots and a couple bass. Kept 14 white bass. Good eating. That's right, buddy. Good eating. Listen, I love to keep care of stuff, but certain species, somebody's got to be the top of the food. Anybody that's old as me, man, I know y'all remember the Lion King, Circle of Life and all. Now, listen, I love my Force from Garmin. I'm going to tell you, to me, as far as a smart trolling motor, and that's kind of what I term these new, it's the best one on the market. That trolling motor is about $1,000 more expensive than any other. But I will say this. Damn, boys, it's quiet. It is the quietest trolling motor I've heard yet. Nice job, Douglas. Caught your new PB, 3.94. Was that a largemouth or a smallmouth, sir? Well, that's true, too. 4 inches of water with your John boat. Listen, I grew up fishing a John boat, guys. I've got 2 bass boats right now, and the only reason I got 2 is because one's paid for. I didn't want to get rid of it. I let my son-in-law is really learning how to fish on it. My son, once he gets his truck fixed, is going to start taking it out a lot more. So, getting more people into fishing, man. I love to do it. Why, hello, Devin from Nebraska. What is going on? You out there with Fishing with Flair and, Milliken used to be out there. A couple other good YouTube channels. There you go. I agree, Blind Eye. I love an Arky jig. Skip it, drag it. I call it the 4-wheel drive of jigs. That jig, you can swim it, skip it, drag it, hop it. That jig, if I had to give you one jig, just buy an Arky head jig. That's it. Will Junkin. Well, now, Will, sometimes it's there's certain lakes that certain jigs, if they're the lake I'm going to fish tomorrow, my little top secret Lake P, jigs don't do real well for me there. I mean, they just don't. Certain times a year they will, but 90% of the time I'd rather use a soft plastic. So they may not be keying in on crawfish. They may be, depending on the color of swim jig that you're throwing, they may be keying in more on bait fish or panfish, and you're matching that up real well. So the big thing is maybe get out and flip some rocks one day and see if you can find some crayfish, some crawdads. I just call them crawdads because I'm a Bill Hilly. What's going on, Dave? Good to see you in here. Did they for 79? And I'll be the first to tell you I like Piscofun. I like them. I'll have to say I'd be real surprised. I've got several Piscofuns. I'd be real surprised the drag and was as good as and the spool and the noise were as good as this one. But again, listen, I've fished the Piscofuns a lot, and I've fished that none. I picked it up, clicked it, spun it. You can't really tell a whole lot by that. What's going on, Dave? Good to have you in here. What's your favorite wake crankbait? I'll tell you my two favorites. One ain't a wake bait. It is the Long A by Balmer. Smallmouth hate its guts. Takes a little bit to fish it. The other is by PH Custom Lures. And let me see what. Hold on. I want to do a little something for you guys here. Let's see. So I'll show you this. I'm gonna share screen again. Y'all gotta forgive me, man. It's been a minute since I've done this. Share screen. Where's it? Oh, there it is. Okay. So PH Custom. Let's go to shop. And again, I'm not sponsored by this company here. By the way, guys, your old school like this, your top waters like your old Devil's Horses and stuff, when the bluegill are on the bed, throw that. Trust me, you can thank me later. This one right here, the Lowen's Rip Shad, is a good one. But where is it, man? Let's see. Old school. All right, I might not be able to find it on here if I don't. Anyway, it's a topwater wake bait, and it kind of looks like a Long A. Come on, man. Where's it at? More old school. Okay, so maybe I missed it right there. Let's see. Now that's their walking bait. That's by Wesley. I haven't thrown that one. Good stuff though. Balsa, if you want good balsa baits, they're expensive. I mean, but guys, they're legitimately hand carved. Let's see. Where are you, man? I know you're here. I haven't tried their pencil popper. Kind of reminds you of the shower blow, that sort of thing. Okay, I must have went over it 3 times. They got a new glide bait out too. I've heard that's pretty good. So, all right. All right. Anyway, sorry guys, I can't find it. I can't believe I cannot find this. More new products, maybe? Nope. Shop. Let's see. I don't want to waste our time on here. Page custom. Anyway. So anyway, sorry about that. But they make one. It's a wake bait. It's got a little bill on the front. It's kind of looks like a long A, and that's a pretty good one there. So pretty good one. What's my opinion about Googan baits? Pretty much the same as any other bait. There's some good, there's some bad. There's a lot of copying. And, I'm not big on the whole copy argument because I always say who came out with the first stick bait and who's got stick baits now. What company don't copy? And you can say, well, I changed this or they changed that. But a stick bait is a stick bait is a stick bait is a stick bait, is it not? Woven, I didn't see that. I'm going to have to check that out. Woven wind grips. Yeah, I got some B-roll. Like I said, I've seen it. It's probably the quietest, but like it's also about $1,000 more expensive than all the others out there. I get it, man. I got the privilege of getting to spend a practice day watching. Oh my God, he'll kill me. Oh, I'm about to die. Anyway, I got the privilege of spending the day with John Sokup. Yes. Oh my Lord, I'm tired, boys. And it blew my mind at first. Like it was incredible. I thought about it for a little bit and I was like, wow, this makes me sad. And then I got one and I went out there and I say it all the time. Like, you're not catching, you'll see a lot more fish than you ever catch. So if you think all you got to do is see those fish and throw a bait at them, I'll say it. I have had 100 people, or not 100. I've had a bunch of people, and I lay this challenge down. And I ain't had a single one of the people that have commented about, it don't take no skill to catch them with live scope. Okay, I'll pay for your hotel room. You pay to get here. I'll buy all your food. We'll take my boat. I've got more than enough tackle, rods and reels, but we're going to do it in front of 70,000 people. I'm going to take you to a lake that I fish. That is one of my home lakes. And we'll see what your opinion is at the end of the day. But it's going to be a video. So you can come stay with me. I got a spare bedroom. Whatever you want. Show me how easy it is. Because most people that say that it is shooting fish in a barrel or it don't take skill or this, that, or the other have never even laid eyes on one. And that's not me dissing anybody. It's me being tired of people dissing at me. If you're going to talk, let's just put it blunt. If you're going to talk, SH, then have the huevos to back you smack. You know what I'm saying? Have it. But yes, I agree. And if you're going to fish tournaments, I will say this 100 times over. Big tournaments. We're talking about from BFLs up. Again, me and Brian on the Basscast Radio, I would say as high as 95% of the pros that we interviewed this year, tournament winners, period, from opens to MPFLs to Toyotas to MLF, 85% it played a role. So it's, You can win without it, yes, but it is the exception. It is not the rule now. And do I like it? You know, some days it's good to go out there and leave it off. Yep, if you're going to stand a chance. I mean, if you like just giving people money, send it to me. You know, if you want to get your skull beat in all the time, which I did this year, I learned the hard way. I can promise you. Julie, it's so hot here right now. The fish are deep or sitting under whatever shade they can find here in Texas. I'd say so in Texas. If I was you, I'd be night fishing. Or I'd just be sitting somewhere drinking a nice cold beer. I'd wait till the fall. Deep crankbaits, you know, right now, man, it is Carolina rigs. It is dragging big Texas rigs. Something that I preach all the time, you know, swim baits and underspins. And downsize too. Downsize when they're out there deep. Something else. A big I think it's called the Shock Blade by Picasso. They make them in, I believe, up to 2 ounces. You'll get a reaction out of those bass. Bassing with Big Malone. Trim the skirt up for some more action, finesse style jigs. If a jig's not working, there you go. Good tips. Good tips. Drop shot, shaky head. Shaky head, yes. If a jig ain't working, throw a shaky head. That's true. Preach on, sir. Let's see. I have, but listen, that'll be again the exception. I mean, it really will. There won't be most of your tournaments, especially your big tournaments. I expect to see some tournaments that are, you know, your bigger payouts are, you're not going to see that because they're going to try and bring in bigger money. Yes, walleye's better than crappie. Yes, sir. Yes. And I love me some crappie too. Crappie. Fishing my first tournament as a co-angler next week on the Columbia River. Don't scream when I catch a biggie to let others know, things like that. You know, I think it's fine to scream during a tournament. A lot of guys, you know, man, they'll get into it with you. So if you catch a biggie, the biggest thing, man, just be considerate. Understand you're on the back of the boat. Understand that guy's got to do what he's got to do. Be creative. Think about the situation you're in. Don't let the boater dictate your happiness. How's that? Just be ready. I mean, listen, we can all complain about being front-ended, and I know, I've fished with guys that are side fishing. There ain't no more front-ended than that. But I'll give you my buddy Jerry Del Holla, his guys fishing 55 feet using a live scope, sniping bass that he sees out in front of him. The dude almost wins big bass. He catches, I don't know how many fish off the back, and the dude's live scoping. So you can do it. You know, Jerry really thought. He just sat down and thought. And sometimes as a co-angler, you're just not going to catch them, man. It's just, that's the world of co-angling. But, if you're complaining, you're not thinking. If you're irritated, you're closed-minded. So be open-minded as to what you're doing and what's around you. Ask your boater to leave at least the map up so that you can see the contours of the places around you. You know. That's pretty cool right there. Like I said, I mean, I've got a couple. I don't think I have that one. Kentucky Lake's got great muskie fishing. That's pretty cool. I'd never heard that one before. Never heard that one. Yeah, I've heard snakehead's good eating too. Never ate one, never caught one, but I'd be willing to fry one up if I did. So they are cracking down on the rules. Wow, really? Golly, that's pretty crazy. I mean, if you're serious about that one. Caught my PB striper last Friday. Way to go, man. Gordon. 38 inches long, a little over 28 pounds. Heck yeah, dude. Yellow perch are the best to eat. Nah, listen, I've never ate a yellow perch, so I'll have to take your word on that. I caught my first one, didn't even know they were in South Holston. Caught it on a little wigglewort, not a wigglewort, a rock crawler a few years back. There's a lot of people that are good sticks on there, like going, I didn't know they was in that lake. There you go, dragging around a good 12-inch worm on flats on Dale. That's a good bait up there. It's a good place to catch them up there, too. A lot of people Carolina rig up there on those flats, too, by the way, Cody. Okay, let's see. Thank you very much. I don't know if I can listen. Technically, I live in Virginia. I'm on the Tennessee border. I fish primarily Tennessee, but I don't know if I can get into the Go Vols, man. I'm sorry. Largemouth, let's see. Hey, Bearded Fishing Chats. Hey, I am doing great, man. Hope you're doing great. Greetings from Lake Norman. That's a lake I need to get down and fish more because it ain't that far away. Fishing is hit and miss here. Spots are everywhere, but some decent largemouth show up on a Carolina rig. It's that time of year. Carolina rig, Texas rig. Definitely that time of year. Just buy a box full of Arky jigs. Listen, man, I love those things. That's my go-to. Pick it up anytime I need one. I've even got heads over here, just Arky jig heads in all kinds of sizes. I don't remember who from, but anyway, like I just tie my own skirt on there sometimes. There you go. Massive amount of abundance of herring and shad. Yep. Oh yeah, man. A good finesse ball head jig, or the heavy finesse by War Eagle, another great one. Hey, I'll tell you somebody that makes a good, well priced, and that is the War Eagle Jig Jitsu. It is basically an Arky head jig, and you can skip it. Great skirts on them. For the price, it is a great Arky style jig head. Lowbrow, what's up? Hey guys, make sure you go subscribe to Lowbrow and subscribe to each other in here. Everybody that's got a channel, I always say, make sure you hit that sub button for all these guys. Just now, yeah, you didn't miss nothing. I'm just sitting here BSing around. I'm probably gonna go for another 30 minutes, and then I gotta get some camera gear plugged up. I don't know if I. Anyway, got to get some stuff charging, get some stuff together so I can go do some fishing. 100% Watch Squad. I appreciate you, Dave. For you guys that don't know, it helps that you watch the entire video. Watch time is a big help. And so, I believe it was my buddy at Lowbrow that termed it the hashtag 100% Watch Squad. So thank him for that. And that's become a big part of the channel. I appreciate you geeks out there. Hey, man, you be good, Will. Yeah, 4:30. That's about what time I think I'll be getting up in the morning. I got to look at the sunrise and all that. Blind eye. Let's see. Well, come on. You know what I'm saying. Yeah. You know, they're definitely not just, there's definitely difference. Hey, I got a short about that, as a matter of fact. But upon looking, first sight, everybody's got a stick bait, right? Yeah, man, let's go. Listen, man, you know that's an open door anytime you want to come up. Anytime. Yeah, that's pretty wild. I like crankbaits. Listen, I'll be the first to tell you I love crankbaits, but when you fish in clear water, there's other ways to catch them. Better ways, you know. What kind of crankbaits? That's a good question. Big and little firearms. Listen, crankbaits are one of those things that there ain't just one. I mean, you got to have a bunch. That goes different depths. I always tell people don't go down the crankbait hole. I mean, if you're a bank angler, all you need is a square bill, pretty much. But yeah, that's right there. Lipless, square bill, deep diving. Yeah, I have more crankbaits than I have anything, and I probably fish them not near as much as I used to because I've got more into the clear water and swim bait stuff. I love the whole burn, but I think, man, you burn, pause. But I swear, I think you've got to play the conditions, man. Play the conditions. I think sometimes a slow crawl is the deal. Um, there's never a one size fits all. I like deep cranking, one of my favorite things to do. Shoo, 106 down in Texas, Trevor. Woo, cray. Maybe 99. Hey, cold front moving in down there, right? I do the burn, pause a lot deep, but I'm telling you, man, there's something to be said about a good slow roll, too. When it gets real hot, those big ones don't like to just fire. Yeah, man, look, I get it, wacky rig Cincos, but like right now, the bass in my lake are a minimum of 20 and the visibility is a minimum of 12 feet. I mean, have a fun time sitting there waiting on that to get down to them. That's, again, situations. Excessive heat warnings. Thoughts on silent cranks and hard jerk baits? Does silent catch more than rattles? Thanks. I think in tough times, I like to deep crank during the summer. And for me, when I'm deep cranking during the summer, I think it's more important to have a more natural color as you get later into the summer than worried about sound. I also think, and I found this in topwater baits, that having a one knocker is better than having multi, because generally the water tends to get clearer if you don't have a lot of rain throughout the summer, excessive rain. Uh, that one knocker tends to bring them in a little bit more. And that's almost with any hard bait. I think they see so many of the rattles. So as the season goes on, I do think that we can definitely do a lot better with silence. But that's just my opinion. There's always exception to the rule. Yeah, I like a Texas rig this time of year. Texas rig, Carolina rig. I like that, but I mean, again, that's a shallow water technique for me. I don't know why this is showing. What's up, Saber? What is going on? Hey, man, that's all right. Good to see you. What's my thoughts on hummingbird? I love hummingbirds, man. I'll be the first to tell you that if I had my way, I would tell you today that if pretty much, to me, pretty much everything across the board, like, I'm running Garmin's now, and my Garmin's, I'm not missing a thing on my side imaging that moving from birds. But I will tell you this, when it comes to forward facing, nobody, I don't care who it is. I've seen all three at this point. Nobody touches the Garmin Live Scope. Nobody. But I like Humminbird. I've used Humminbird forever. They're still on my old Triton. I used Lowrance forever. Still use Lowrance. Oh no. Oh wow. Yeah. I'd say they're not letting that roll. Yeah, lizards. Oh man, jitterbugs are so classic. Micro crankbaits, the smaller crankbaits. Top waters at night, spinner baits. What's going on, Neil? Hey, just in from the river. Hey, man, don't ever be sorry for being on the water. Yeah, those 8 or 10-inch worms, absolutely. Ledges and creek channels. And hey, mag shaky heads. That's a big one. Like, that thing just gets eat. Well, yep, I'm getting ready to hit the hay myself. It is 10:08. We might go for another 10, 20 minutes. I appreciate all the hearts, guys. Hey, man, I appreciate you very much. We're going to start doing a little more of the lives, but we're probably just going to do it this way. Nothing real formal. We're just going to run through and talk crap. BS around. Oh, somebody asked me that now from a strictly catch, like I'm just catching, muskie. I mean, the fish for 10,000. I've only caught 2 in my life. One of them was a trophy. There's a little short out there somewhere of me boat hopping it on 20-pound test fluorocarbon. Yeah. How dumb was that? Pretty dumb. Bass Angler 101 right there. That's all the musky anglers will get a good joke out of that. Amen. That crankbait rabbit hole is deep. Got a second on that. A vegan, I mean, you know, they're all right. What's going on, Trevor? Yeah. Burn, pause. I get it. I know. I ain't gonna say that now. The spring is wacky rig season for me. That's the truth. Same here. Same here. Boxes, a wall full right back in there. That's the crankbait way right there. You just buy more, hoping the next one's going to be that one. That one on that day. You buy crankbaits for a day, right? You got them forever, but you bought them for that 1 or 2 days when that one crankbait is just fire. Because when a crankbait is fire for a day or two, you'll go buy 20 more and never use them. I got a bunch in those in that color, the 20 more. You know, my tournaments sucked this year. I sucked. Let's just put it to you that way. You know, I didn't fish like me. I mean, and that's what it comes down to. That's tournament fishing. You got to fish like me. You got to fish like yourself. I like a good shad wrap in the wintertime. Carolina rig right now. I'll tell you something else. Follow up with that Carolina rig, and that's a big wobble head. 3/4, 1 ounce. That's me. I change up the retrieves. Favorite underspin. That is an easy one. I like Big Daddies, but they only come in that one size. I think it's 1/4. I have to go with the Tennessee River Bling from Ledgehead. There's a lot of good ones out there. Pulse, Cumberland Pro Lures, man, there's a ton of good ones out there. But I think that is probably my favorite because I can do everything that I want to do with it. Top fishing line. Look, guys, I tell you all the time. And I am going to say this because when I say this, I know some of you are going to go out there and buy it. So let me show you this real quick. K9, best braid on the market. Their braid, their crappy braid has won like 9,000 world championships over the I think they've won like the past 6 or 8. I mean, it's astronomical. Pro 100 is 100% fluorocarbon. Fluoro is a copolymer. You will thank me for this when you use this on crankbaits, not deep crankbaits. Say down I know some of you all, this is going to be deep. 14, 15 feet, anything above that. 20, your 15, 20, 25 foot divers, spy baits, spinner baits, chatter baits. If it's a horizontal bait, this is the stuff. It is a copolymer. Fluoro copolymer. 100% fluorocarbon. Okay. And then their braid, which I've got a bunch of that over there too. So K9 is by far, I got a 10% discount. Just looking today's video that come out. It's down there somewhere. Yeah, I can see that. Yeah. That's when a drop shot comes in. If it's not, matted up. What's up, man? What's up? Hey, 100% Watch Squad. There you are again. Tackle Nerd 740. Wow. Yeah, I don't know, man. Gosh, because that's going to be so hard because, a spinning reel, even if you change sides, something like when I'm using my jerk bait, change position. Like a lot of people jerk their jerk bait like this. To me, that's a very unnatural motion in the wrist right here. So I'll turn my rod sideways and move it, like this. You get a lot more motion. Your spinning reels, are, you know, change out, like I said, but gosh, she's still gonna have to hold that. So I don't know. I don't know. I mean, just work on some things. And spinning reels, are too much, then some of the BFS stuff might actually work. The baitcaster stuff might actually work well for her. To be able to fish light lures on baitcasters. Okay, man, I've seen the top spin. Okay, I get it, but ain't it just a finesse spinner bait? I mean, really? I mean, I don't know. I mean, I see how it's more weedless, but me, when I'm fishing, a lot of times when I'm fishing an underspin, I'm fishing it in open, clear water. And so for me, that bait being over top of it cuts down on the amount of sunlight coming through that clear water and the amount of flash, and it's more subtle, but still has a little bit of vibration. That's when, for me, a underspin shines. Now I can pick up a finesse spinner bait and fish it down to those bass, but it's just seems very much more unnatural. I love missile. I have not fished that yet. I have not fished it. They're doing a collab with the with Hog Farmer on the Spunk Shad too for you forward facing guys. I looked at the G Buzz. Now again, you got to understand, like I'll be the first to tell you. So the G Buzz, my honest opinion, it looks like 20 other buzz baits that slap the top of a head. If you want a buzz bait, go look at Rosalo and theirs. Now that is one heck of a clacky, and it's not a clacker, but if you want one that's got sound. Oh man, listen, a lizard. When it's Carolina rig season, a big mag lizard and a big old brush hog. They're hard to beat. They get around here, they get thrown. A lot of people don't talk about them. It's just like the video I did with when I was talking about. I'm gonna give you. Gosh, I hate to tell you all this, but shout out to my buddy AJ. If you are a forward-facing guy and you're throwing those little swim baits, those little Kitex, little tiny swim baits, how everybody's throwing those, pick up a grub. Trust me on it. Pick up a grub. I like wake baits, but I like them in the fall and in the early spring. I like lizards better in the summer, to be honest with you. I don't have a whole lot of luck with the lizards in the spring. Aha! Bassless chap. Hey, that's right. What is going on, my girthy geek? Oh no, it's not too much. When it comes to jigs, I'll tell you what, I'll give you 5. I keep it really simple. I'm not G-Man simple, like he's a black or a brown and that's it. But that's really it. Black. I would rather throw a black jig than even a black and blue. But I like a black. I like a brown, which is a green pumpkin. I like a green, which is a watermelon. I like a white, but in swim jigs, of course. And I like a black, brown, amber / Bama crawl color. So I know that's kind of 6, but I've got to give the top spin a try though. I really do have to give that a try. Right there. It's my cranking, yeah. Good line. It's on my cranking stick. Gotta be. Whew. Believe it or not, South Africa is a growing hotbed for big bass. For me, if I could fish in any other country, it'd definitely be bass. If it's bass fishing, it's going to definitely be Mexico or South Africa. Yeah, I'd give you that. Spring through summer. I don't know about Japan, man. I mean, they some big ones over there, but every person in that country is bass fishing. That's why it's so tough. They got to throw them little tiny baits. That's pretty cool. Listen, there's nothing wrong with the old school stuff, man. A lot of people forget about it. Ultralight 5-pound bass, beautiful. I've not used the pop and perch. I don't get to fish a whole lot of frog stuff. Later in the year, I get to fish a little bit, or if I go down to the Tennessee River with some grass. That's about the only time, and I haven't got to do that a whole lot. Oh, dude, the Trinity. They're massive, dude. Yes. And the Trinity, the BFW, the big one, you should also check the the smaller one, the 7-inch. That's a good size. I will give that an amen. Yep. Hopefully the carpal tunnel, I'm lucky enough I'm a computer geek, but I haven't had that problem. And there's so many people that says that pop and perch is a great lure. And what amazes me about it is it's really the ugliest. You would think that's one of those baits that you look at and you go, garbage, but it's not. Tennessee bling, amen. 100% watch squad, 100% Tennessee bling, amen. 100% view crew, you know it. Man, I always say the buzz bait is the jig of top water. It just catches big bass. Right there. Brazilo's awesome. I agree. A crawler bait like a pompadour. That's another one I haven't fished a whole lot of. And I guess because, and what's odd is those are just like a magnum kind of, same motion that the jitterbug. I love a jitterbug, but those bigger, like the pompadour stuff, I've not fished them. It's just so, I got to put it under the gimmick category. I mean, but I know it's not. I know it catches them. Yeah, man. Some good looking colors. Yep, grubs. I'm telling you. God, I hated telling y'all that. And I know I put that in a video too, but I hope most people forgot about it. Okay. That's just mean, man. Chartreuse. There, how's that? Yeah, I know. I just said it. The missile robo worms, good color. I mean, missile and robo worm, period. I've been doing good, man. I've been doing good. Things are going good. We're going to get out and go fishing in the morning. Ballhead jig, grub, can't go wrong. Amen. Right there. I'll second that. Hey, man, J Bros lures are some really unique, great baits, too. The Jester has a trailer on some stuff. You want to talk about a very unique creature bait. The crazy crawler, yeah. Yeah, same sort of thing. South Africa is not on my radar. It's there's big bass. They're catching big bass over there. Tackle Junkie, what is going on, my brother? Gosh, man, you and Debo, I feel like I've lost y'all. We need to get on a call, BS. I miss you, brother. I know you're still working your butt off. Yeah, I'd love to go to Japan. Now, don't get me wrong. Like I said, TJ81 in the house, my boy. I miss him, man. I've been so busy. I feel like I've lost my guys. I gotta get back in touch. Hey, that's right. Lock it up, guys. Love the Camus, man. Gosh, I love the Camus. I know y'all probably heard me say this 100 times. I did not think in a million years I'd like that green because that's just not me. But gosh, man, it is beautiful. It is beautiful. Just the right amount of color to it. Yeah, now y'all just trying to get me to say chartreuse more. Y'all just trying to get me to say chartreuse a whole bunch. Oh, what was the best lure I think I've ever used? Now, I'm old enough to remember when the Cinco came out. And golly, during the spring around here. I've not seen a lure like catch fish like that in a long time. Now, that being said, when the soft plastic swim baits really started coming out, because, swim baits have not been around really that long. And probably to this day, a swim bait, anywhere from, a 3 to a 6. I like my little bit bigger soft plastic swim baits just because you can fish the entire water column with them. And that's what I like in a bait. Diversity. Something that I can fish. I can wake it on top if I want to, or I can drag it on bottom, and I can fish it anywhere in between. So, Tiny Torpedo, bone color. That's a good one. Nobody thinks about them things anymore. Zoom Critter Crawl. That's a good one. I just don't know. I don't remember when you work, man. I can barely keep up with my schedule. I just really need to we just need to have a conversation. Call me sometime this weekend. I don't know if you're working. I'm working nights, but just call me sometime. Heck yeah. Hey, J Bros jumping in. We've talked a little bit. Yeah. I've been rocking this shirt all day. Hey, man, it's at my dealership. Big shout out to my guys over at Watson's Marine. If you're interested in Camus, by the way, if any of you guys are interested in any they've got used, you don't have to spend, I know everybody thinks you got to spend $800 million on a bass boat. But guys, there are some great used bass boats that you can get for some great prices. And Watson's, man, I bought my first My Triton, which I've had for 20 years, same motor, Johnson 200. Yeah, Lord, I have to think about that. I feel sad. $12,000. And I know $12,000 is a lot of money, but when we're talking about bass boats, it's not a lot of money. So there's a lot of good stuff out there. Don't let that whole, oh, well, I don't know if it's going to blow up. There's ways. If you buy, don't ask for pressure tests, cylinder checks. But anyway, J Bros, I had one of your BF. They were putting on a new GPS compass for my maps for my front units, so my map didn't spin around when I was up there. And they seen that big freaking worm, and man, they've talked about nothing but that for 2 days. So you're probably gonna get a bunch of people buying it from up there because they are all like, "Oh, I can catch them on that." Yeah, that'd be fun. First bait in the morning. I'm a tinkerer. So if I was going to go up there and catch them, if they've been suspended up like they have been off that ledge, it'll be a head and spook. One or two colors. One color you can't get, but it's a junior. It's a one knock, but they make some colors close to it because Lornet, if you guys don't know this, and I think I've got like a 15% off code for Lornet, they sell a lot of like your War Eagle, your that sort of stuff, your heading, and they do custom paint releases, 300, and that's it. They never do it again. But it'll be a clear, and then of course my Pearl Melon and my full size one knocker will be the two that I throw. So, but I like to get up there and just tinker. So I'll have a ton of different little baits tied on and baits to try, because that's the one thing. Like when I go out, I'm just not. I know I can go catch them on bait A, B, C, and D. It's my home lake. I've been doing it forever. But I like to go out and say, okay, let me see if I can catch them on this, or let me see if I can catch them on this, or let me see how they react to this and this color, or that and that color. And so, that's how you learn, and how you get better, and how you do things that other people can't. And so catching them's fun. I love to catch. I've said it 100 times, but oh, sorry. I guess I could actually put that up there, Bassin. But that'll be the first thing. There'll be some 4-inch Demikis. I've got a few other baits. I picked up some of these, which I've got to make sure I remember. These are from NetBait, and these are flat side shads. So I picked them up the other day. Again, shout out to Watson's, and they're 4.5. So right now, they're eating those bigger shad. And boys and girls, let me just tell you this. Don't sleep on your gulp now. Don't sleep on it. You put that on a ball head, you'd be surprised how well they eat that. Don't sleep on it. There's a lot of other stuff, Rapala and all these other companies, but don't sleep on it. Don't sleep on it. That 4-inch, man, they like the bigger one right now. I don't know, maybe one. You're going to have to come up with a lot. Yeah, definitely. And if they're suspended up the way they have been for the past couple, 3 weeks, if I see them and they're in that 15, yeah, I'm throwing a walking bait. Just in that clear water, we're talking largemouth, so don't walk it over them too fast. That's the deal. Nice and slow. Give them time to come up. Yeah, me too. I'm a topwater fanatic. Topwater fanatic. J Bros Lures. Glad you stopped by, man. All right, boys and girls. It is 10:35. We're going to wrap up. Yeah, it was good seeing you at ICAST. I was telling everybody about that giant tube that you have. The thing was insane. If I swung it, I could probably knock somebody out with it. Probably be myself. I just swing it around, right in my own face. What impressed me the most at ICAST? I gotta say, I do have to say, probably the fish lung. Anything that you can do to help keep those bass there. It was a pretty neat product. Yeah, man, walking baits are money. They're so money. We didn't talk about the Nessie. Did not talk about that. And that is, I don't remember that one actually. But no, we didn't talk about that one. Oh man, listen, it's not just a winter or smallmouth thing anymore. Saber, I'm going to bed too, my brother. Yeah, man. That's the only way I learn new baits. 6.3 ounces. Jesus Christ, that's huge. That's the tube, man. The thing is massive. Hey, good night, Brian. That's me too. Or hey, even if you got 2 or 3, just put clips, quick clips on there. Hey, y'all have a blessed night. Did you see? No, I didn't see that. Deer meat for dinner at ICAST. I did not see that. I'm going to have to look the Nessie up. I'm going to have to look that up. Appreciate you again, J Bros, for stopping in. Oh, yeah, dude. The Screaming Eagle. Hey, and I'm telling you, if y'all haven't seen those finesse spinner baits from War Eagle, holy cow. Go check those bad boys out. I can't remember. Oh, God, I forgot the name of them. Anyway, go check them out. They're pretty cool. Yeah, that's me. I like to pull up. Like what I'll do in the mornings, I'll pull up if they're where I think they're going to be, which during the summertime, they're always in 1 or 2 places. But if I pull up, what I'm going to do is I like to kind of, throw a couple of test baits at them first, just to see if we can, if they're going to be interested in those baits. And then, if I run through a gamut of 4 or 5 baits, I don't want to spread the schools out all over the place, because then they get real hard to catch. After that, I'm gonna go to the stuff that I know, so that I can catch a few, feel better about myself, because I need to at least catch a few. All right, guys, listen, that's it. Geeks. I need to start saying geeks. All right, geeks. That's it. I'm going to jump off here. Appreciate y'all. Keep an eye on my Instagram and the community and under YouTube. I'll throw some pics up in the morning as we get going. But I do got to get some camera gear rigged up and ready, because I don't have any of that ready. And that's pain in the rear end. So, because I drug it all back from good old ICAST. So I got to get that box ready, which I There it is. Okay. All right. Thanks for tuning in. Sorry, guys. We're going to do this a little more often, once or twice a month, probably. It's not going to be, anything major. I just can't commit to doing it until we finally get out, which it's really looking like first of next year that's going to happen. We're going to be, and then you guys are going to hate me because you're going to be like, it's going to be like 4 videos a week, like 3 or 4 shorts. Y'all gonna be like, man, if I see him put up one more piece of content, I might drive to his house and murder him. So that's the plan for next year. Anyway, as always, geeks, man, I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. Please jump into that 100% watch squad. It really does help watching 100% of videos 100% of the time. And as always, man, you geeks rock. Love you. Thank you.